Well, hello people, and welcome back to part 8 of our Manor Lords Survival Guide. I hope you're having a wonderful day. We'll literally pick it up right at the end of last episode where we had our battle with the 3rd or 4th raid, was it? And that the Lord was actually walking back. And what I want to get started in today's episode in the Survival Guide is talking about actually how we can lay claim to another province. So let's pop into our map view, which of course you can get to by pressing M or just zooming out. So the next province here is Walerbrand. Now this is going to send us to war with Hildebolt over here. So we want to click on Walerbrand and then we want to hit claim with influence. This is going to press claim toward the region. It is currently his region, so he's not going to be happy about that. So I'm guessing we're going to actually go to war with this guy in a second, and our army is already kind of on the march back through. So I think what we will do is actually just send them further into Walerbrand right now, just so we've got kind of boots on the ground, so to speak. So they fought one war in Gordof last episode, which, speaking of, because Gordof was attacked, I would also like to explore bringing in a Lord's Manor for the town over here as well. Just because I could do with maybe a little unit of retinue in the town just to help defend it in case that happens again. Let's remove some farmers. These guys aren't working at the minute, and we definitely want some people in the salt pit. There we go. The gauntlet has been thrown in the battle for Walerbrand. Oh, what? Oh, they've spawned on this side. Are they going to attack my village? We have a new message. I can make it worthwhile if you drop all your claims. We can write back, can we? We can end this squabble for a small payment. My claims are non-negotiable, Hildebolt. Wonderful. So I sent that to him, and I didn't think actually that his army would spawn on my side of the village. There you go. It looks like that can happen then. It does look like they're going to march toward Walerbrand here. So let's get ourselves set up, shall we? Let's take the advantage on the hill. Let's grab our troops. First of all, we'll grab both of our archers and we'll have them here, ready to fire, and then we'll place our spears in and around them, ready to block the flank. And then we'll have the retinue just behind here too. So these guys shouldn't need to run. Let's fast forward our time here to get everyone through the forest. Yeah, so that was really interesting, wasn't it? I had no idea that they would spawn in your province, which could lead to some pretty disastrous scenarios, couldn't it? You know, if this was one of the endgame fights and their main army happens to walk through Eggenau, we might be in a little bit of trouble, I think. But yes, these are just enemy units being spotted coming in and out of the forest, I think, isn't it? Are they going to attack my miners? No, I don't think you will. Then again, everyone's already at war, aren't they? Because of course the population has gone to war here. Cool, so they're marching over. So let's just get time fast forwarded here. We should be in a position to receive them. Watch them come through. So whilst they do march over, let's see what it is we are hopefully about to inherit. We're going to get a rich stone deposit, which is the only rich resource we don't currently have in the Empire. I guess we don't have rich clay either, do we? Yeah, the rich clay deposit's all the way up here anyway. So it'll be a while before we get that, I think. But more wild berries, so this settlement should be able to sustain itself. And I think we will make this another substantial settlement too. I'd like to build up an initial kind of town around the, I guess the diverge in the road here might be quite a lot of fun. Cool. So they're on the way through now. Keep fast forwarding here. Got 5 units. This is the most we've ever fought. And here begins the battle for Walerbrand. What a start to the episode, everyone settle in. So we're getting flanked around the side here. They should be shooting through the trees, so that should hurt their accuracy a little bit. Bring the retinue up here too. Hopefully not too long before these guys start to fire here. Hopefully see some men fall due to the archer fire. Flaming arrows would be a great addition into the game as well one day. So here is Hildebolt's forces. Flashing with our spear line. Very dramatic. Here comes some more raiders. They've come straight for our retinue there. Make sure we pull our soldiers back here. Probably up through the line a little bit. bring them back to deal with them. I pull the archers back. Don't want the archers in hand-to-hand combat, of course, they will get smashed. But we are getting shot a little bit through here, although they've not started shooting yet. There we go. So let's start shooting these. Now we got them in a quite a good spot here, actually. A little bit of a bottleneck. Bit of a fish in a barrel type situation, isn't it? Now starting to lose here now. Our effectiveness is dwindling. I wouldn't mind actually laying some small arms fire on this set of archers over here. Let's start shooting them. Our spears should be okay at holding the line here. I think we're doing alright. Plus 25 experience now as well on the retinue. Army power balance going up too. Intense fight, isn't it? We've killed a lot of people here too, haven't we? How was our retinue getting on here? There we go, starting to break them now. I'm gonna attack these as well. Get rid of their retinue here. I don't think they're as decked out as our other guys, are they? No, they're not. Don't seem to be doing... The archers have really taken a huge nerf here, haven't they? Really have. They're not nearly as strong as they used to be. I think we're going to take an arch unit away from there. See if we can bring them around the sides to damage some more of their retinue here. But we did lose a unit of spears there as well, didn't we? That's okay. Bring them around too. They are starting to break off now, which is good. They're just doing no damage. Let's send the spears after those archers there. Cool, there we go. The last unit there now. Let's fast forward. Get into hand-to-hand combat with these guys. One go over here with the flag. Just giving it pure beans, and there is victory for the battle for Walerbrand. Absolutely fantastic. So that gives us a brand new province. Peace declared between Lord Eggington and Hildebert. Okay, so that war was just for the province then, wasn't it? But next up we'd have to claim Nuslo with another 2,000 influence and slowly move toward dominating the map, which is great. So let's have a look at our new message. I can make it worthwhile if you drop all your claims, signed, sealed, and Hildebert. Ooh, let's see. It did already say peace declared. Withdraw my claims for such a price. Send that, let's see what happens. But that does mean that Walerbrand is now ours, which is wonderful, isn't it? First of all, you guys have got to get home now. We probably need to replenish a few of our troops, I think, right after that. Yeah, we're down to 167 population now. I'm guessing we lost quite a number of people in this fight here. It's quite sad, isn't it? You see the flag blowing in the wind there on the field of the dead. Not to sound too morbid, but pretty cool looking game, isn't it? The survivors now march through the rain. Of course, the first settlers here are going to have to deal with the bodies, so we'll get settled up in today's episode anyway. Yes, but let's head back to Goldorf, because I did mention that I would like to set up... oh, we do have bodies need burial here, don't we? We do indeed. Didn't build a corpse pit, did we? In again, the church people? Yeah, you guys are still transporting the bodies here, I believe, aren't you? I think you are. Let's remove another worker. I know they're going to be burying bandits on consecrated grounds, but there doesn't seem to be any sort of penalty for that, at least at the minute anyway. But yeah, these are slowly coming down now. That'll get picked up over time. We're one plank away from being able to settle here. Let's make sure we disband everyone here, please. Head back home. Go across the border, you can be disbanded. I think we did lose a bunch of men there, didn't we? So let's come back into... Let's come into our army tab here, and I'd like to customize our retinue. Yeah, I would like to recruit some men at arms. We did lose a lot of you guys. And let's upgrade their armor by buying locally as well, because we did buy those 48 pieces of armor, didn't we? But thankfully we can source this locally now. And everyone else here is fully upgraded. Wonderful. Fantastic. Cool. So I'm guessing with that population loss we've had, we should just have new families move in now for the ones that were lost. So that should be okay. We should be able to replenish that population stock in the army, I think. If not for some more population expansion, also needed. So let's head back to Goldoff now. Now we should have those 20 planks. Yep, there we go. So let's come into our buildings. We want to grab our manor here. So, again, I like to put this more on a hillside. So why don't we have it... Again, right here in the town centre might be cool. Over this way. Let's delete the communal oven because we're not actually using this at the minute, are we? We will instead use the manor here. Have that there for right now. And let's just give it the tax office. I don't think we'll be able to commit to the garrison tower here yet, will we? No, we won't. That's fine then, just commit to that, and then we can add on to it later on, but at least that will give us some retinue for Goldoff, which will be important. Looks like we've got people out in the fields here as well now. Harvest season, it looks like. I think we need to redraw this field, maybe. They always plant the same area of it. I don't know what's going on there, but that's just a workforce shortage, but yes, we'll find out. There is some more flax about to come in though, so let's make sure that our weaver is stocked. He is indeed. There's a field of wheat here as well. There's also wheat over there. And here, and barley. It's a big harvest this year. How are people doing over here? You guys are all harvesting, yeah? Cool. So we're about to get a lot of flax and grain through the wheat through Goldoff, so that should keep the village busy over the winter. Especially with the insane amount of bread we're producing now. I definitely recommend, by the way, if you're looking to do farming, that bakery upgrade for the artisan is fantastic. You get just an insane amount of food back from it. It's essentially a rich resource deposit because we're farming the animals here for a rich resource. And we're getting just as much meat, if not slightly more bread than meat actually, aren't we? So, very powerful resource getting that bakery upgrade I've found. I think we will also have a video up this week on the channel as well, looking at just food production in general for Manor Lords, some tips and tricks and a whole kind of food focused video for you guys, so keep an eye out for that as well. There we go, yep, we're seeing family members rejoin Eggenhau now as well, which is great. So that's been built. That will give at least a small supplementary force for Goldoff. And then in the meantime, Eggenhau's garrison is starting to replenish a little bit. How are we doing for people living in these spaces here? Yeah, we do still have the occasional spot with upgradable living space. So I'd like to get those in as well. We're also going to put some goat upgrades around here too. I believe we are currently importing pelt, aren't we? I think we are. Let's look at our crafting materials. Yeah, hides. So I think we'll just reduce the import on that. Not that it's really an issue anyway. We've just got an insane amount of money here at the minute. We're exporting the yarn and the iron slab here, aren't we? But at least now we can start producing some hide locally rather than using our money to import it. I got generic storage for, yeah, that's fine. How are we doing for livestock over here? So it looks like our foresters are managing to reforest here now, which is keeping the forestry supply chain in an endless loop, which is nice. And everything else in Eggenhau seems to be quite good, doesn't it? Everyone's getting on pretty swell here, if not for some slight deficiencies in the market space, but that's fine. We just need to bring that supply over here, I think. We should be okay. Let's have a look at Eggenhau's level as well. 15 level 3 burgage plots would be required. Why don't we... Yeah, you just want timber now to upgrade, don't you? It looks like we might be able to get Eggenhau up to its large town level today, which will give us its development point, which would be nice. See if we can get that done. Just gotta wait for that timber to come in from those upgrades that are just taking place, and then we should be okay. Now, we did also unlock sheep breeding for this province last episode, didn't we? But I haven't seen any lambs yet. So I'm wondering if we check our livestock trader and we go to trade. But no, we do. We do actually have lambs, don't we? Can't see them though. Okay, so let's export our lambs then. We'll sell the lambs. And let's just say keep a surplus of 10 sheep. Guess that'll be okay. Can we see the lambs here? We do just look. Oh yeah, there you go. That one is technically a lamb, but I don't think there's a differentiation between the model yet, is there? Lambs are the same as sheep, it would appear. Which is fine. I don't mind that, I suppose. I guess it'll come in time, won't it? And then there is plenty more pasture space over here. I'm hoping one day they will start to spread out over there. We can have fields of livestock over here. Because Vial's stocks have been damaged, have you really? What, is that just due to not having enough family members to work the vegetable plots here? I think it could be. Let's actually return to Vial's economy, because of course everything here is based off of the deep mine. So I want to make sure that we are trading those resources. Yeah, we are exporting iron ore. We should also have a smithy here as well, right? We do. So I wouldn't mind having a few more families into Zvayao now. So let's get those burgage plots zoned up. This way we can fully stock the iron production that's in this settlement. So let's do... How about that? We can actually bring it down to 2 and get the expanded living space, so I think I'll actually rather go for that instead. Cool. So as I mentioned, I don't want this settlement to really get any bigger than that. I think that should be okay. Then once that goes on, those extra families we can use to stock all the iron production stuff here and eventually start exporting that, which should be quite good. And then let's head over to Ironwood as well, because these guys should be pretty much self-sufficient now. So let's have a look at how a worker outpost functions. So we have the worker camp. They are no longer pissed off about being homeless. We've got some supplies here as well. We've also got an ox, which we can't upgrade. The granary is manned alongside the storehouse, so everyone here can actually buy food and fuel, which is important. And then really we're just missing the pack station, so I want you guys to order a mule. And then let's also assign a family here as well. So we're gaining... I mean, what's the most amount of thing we have? 173 meat against 102 hide, so meat is definitely the thing here, isn't it? So why don't we send our meat to Eggenhau. Eggenhau's kind of the chief province, isn't it? So I'd rather every other province serve that one. And then we will receive, well, I mean, let's head back to Eggenhau first of all and see what they are in surplus of. Now, Eggenhau has a ton of leather, a lot of iron ore as well. Want something that's useful for Ironwood though. So what do you guys have that you need? What would be helpful for you? I guess we could send firewood, right? Not that we have an insane amount of firewood here, but it's pretty easy to generate. And we could just place another firewood hut, so why don't we try and do that? So, with our pack station, you will send meat in return for firewood. Cool. So for every 2 meat we send, we should receive 1 firewood. Where are our people here? You're transporting now, are you? There you go. They now take the King's Road back to Ironwood to send the meat that the little outpost here in Ironwood is harvesting. So it looks like that worker outpost economy is possible in Manor Lords. You don't always have to kind of dominate every province. And I think maybe if we do get 1 or 2 burgage plots, we can then start to harvest the berries here as well. And then also trade them by the pack station too. But that's really cool. I really like that. Don't mind that at all. So returning back to kind of the domination of the map, so the next kind of goal that we have in mind here is to claim the second province via influence again, which will result in another fight with Hildebolt. So I reckon we'll go for... what province is going to be most useful for me here? Rich clay is something the Empire is missing, so Hofstetten or Selbit seems the best way to go, doesn't it? So maybe we'll try go with that. But we do want to earn a bit more influence yet, which we can do by tithing. Also conquering brigands, which isn't really possible anymore, and upgrading churches and manors. So let's head back to Pika now, and I think we're going to adjust our tithe here, just to get a bit more influence. So we've got some decent food here, haven't we? We do indeed. So I'll also make sure our berry gatherers are up here too. There we go. So that should hopefully send a bit more influence our way with a... I guess we'll try a 10% tithe, we'll see how much of an impact that has. Then I'm going to go around every single burgage pot here and just make sure everyone's upgraded with some kind of food production. Vegetables on the larger plots, chickens on the smaller ones, with the occasional bit of goat mixed in as well. Now these guys over here on the edge of town, which I would like to continue building this area out, are missing food and clothing. So I think with every single one of these burgage plots, you guys will start to produce your own food, chicken and vegetables. And then we're going to put, I think, that second woodcutter's lodge out here, which I think we did in a previous episode, didn't we? We didn't indeed, we just didn't man it. So that should start boosting up the firewood, which of course we are now exporting via the pack station to Ironroyd as well. You know, that Eggenau population is starting to come back up again. So we're just missing recruits now, which will come with population expansion, of course. Which we will do over here. We'd like to get some more timber. I have just noticed that there is... a lady just brought a log back to the logging camp. Why? Why did you do that? Where are you going? Let's follow this ox. I believe she's up to no good. Well, she has taken it back for a rest now, I guess, but... I don't know why she would have brought that log back to the logging camp. I'm not entirely sure. Maybe it's left over from a demolished over here or something. I'm not entirely sure on that. Okay, so with the chickens and the veg here, these guys should start to help keep themselves supplied. Meanwhile, we'll keep the burgage plots coming in. Because I do want to keep stocking the army. Let's bring it down here. Yeah, let's get those living space expansions in. I think they're really important for cramming in population. That was also give this little woodcutter's lodge a road down there as well. Fantastic. New family coming in at Zvajo. That's exactly what we want to see. We do have pantries full. Where are you? Is that because... oh, you are? You're full of vegetables. Isn't that a surprise? Lovely. Well, the granary should hopefully collect them. Yeah, look at the food supply now in Zvajo. Absolutely great, isn't it? Those large vegetable plots really paying off. See the difference, right? Really got to increase the footprint of the buildings there. Let's get that living space up too. Yes, please. More people here, and that gives us a family surplus. So, one in the bloomery. And we'll also have one in the smithy as well. Which allows us to start producing those things, which means that they can then be sold. So we'll sell our commodities, I think, will it? Or is it crafting materials? Yeah, it's iron slabs, isn't it? So it's by the trade route for iron slabs. We will export. Let's give that a 10 surplus. And then we're also making the tools as well, which we will export, establish the trade route, and we will say export as well for those tools. Do you possibly want a horse? I guess we could give you a horse, couldn't we? Let's give you that on there. Where's our starting trading post here? Let's get that upgraded as well. Cool. I'm really happy with Zvajo. It's been, we do have pantry full here as well. Interesting. Okay, well, let's stay with Zvajo for a little bit, because it does look like it needs our help. Let's have someone come back in to make saw pits, because we definitely need that expanded granary. We're just producing an insane amount of food. Of course, we could sell it as well. That's always good, but let's definitely get these large granary upgrades sorted. So now we've got those planks, haven't we? We do indeed. We can remove the saw pit, put them back into the iron mine. And then I did just see also our manor over here is well stocked as well. Not enough stable space. Oh, I don't want to run out of stable space for our animals. So we're really out of stable space? We must be. Is that since we bought the mule? Oh, no, there is stable space here though. Really? 6? Are you sure? Or is that because we don't have the pasture for the sheep when they're not in a field, I wonder. I think that's what's going on there, isn't it? So let's try fix that. Let's have some pasture space up here by the river. Yeah, an animal ran away. So was that our sheep that ran away then? Because they have no stable space? But I don't think we needed stable space for sheep anyway. So I'm not entirely sure what's gone on there. I guess in that case then we need to add more fields with the fence upgrade here, don't we? So this one is in fallow, let's get that upgraded. This one as well, yeah, we definitely need some more planks here, don't we? How are we doing for production chain here? Yeah, we do have a family in there. Let's get another one in there too. Start producing that. And then in the meantime, we should have our second band of retinue. Yes, indeed we do. So let's customize these guys. Yeah, let's just get straight up to 12. And then let's just import all your armor. We've definitely got the treasury cost to do this. The advantage of having such insanely stocked coffers. Let's have a look at our castle planner. Yeah, the garrison tower increases the retinue size by 12. Limited by 1 per region. Okay. Let's have that there. And we can't commit to this yet because we don't have the planks, but we will do it at some point. And then we also have 10 garrison space here as well. Let's have that there. Cool. We'll close that. Once we get the planks in, which shouldn't be too long now, we have a second family in there. We should be alright. No appropriate storage for the pack station. Is there not? Yeah, they seem to be okay. They're taking the mule back to the pack station now. I think they're okay, aren't they there? I don't think they're too bad. I'd definitely like to fix the stable issue though at Goldoff. And this is annoying. Do we just need more hitching posts then, I wonder? Is that literally what's wrong? How about we have 2 more on the main road here, see if that fixes you. There's stable space here though. I'm not sure if that's just a bug we're running into. I think it possibly might be. We'll keep our eye on it anyway. So we'll get the retinue upgrade there as well. That's going to give us 2 bands of retinue. Having kind of realised that now, maybe it'd also be good to have some retinue for Zvayao as well. I wouldn't mind exploring that. Let's wait for this large granary to be built. And what is the planks we need, isn't it, for the administration thing, I think? Yeah, just 20 planks. So yeah, I wouldn't mind another manor for Zvayao as well. That way each of the provinces can have its own retinue. Kind of puts my mind at ease more, because they're definitely the stronger troops. Although, let's get the saw pit working again there as well. We do need to make sure that's going. Zvayao is running out of fuel, is it really? Oh, indeed. Is that because the woodcutter's lodge has grind to a halt, isn't it? I think it will be. Let's kill the production on the smithy for a bit then. Looks like I could just do with 1 more family to have this perfectly balanced, I think. Let's get more veg and chickens in here too. I think with such an insane amount of vegetables coming through here, I would like to possibly sell them as well. So let's come into trade, we'll have food, and then we'll sling veg. Yeah, let's buy the trade rate. And then I want to export them. Let's say like everything over 300 can be sold. Yeah, we're also getting some stock damage by weather here as well in Ironroyd, so we probably need a saw pit here as well, just for some basic upgrades. Let's do that. I guess we could also actually receive planks, couldn't we? For a little bit. I'm not sure. I think we'll keep it on firewood for right now. So egg and how is wonderful besides some 4 generic storage. Everyone's okay here. Population's up to 237 now. Yeah, there we go. 28 per unit. So I'd really like to have every one of these regiments fully stocked. That would be just a huge help. Which hopefully these guys over here are now helping with. Let's get that expanded living space in again as well. There we go. All you guys, plenty of veg and chickens in here for you as well. We do have market space here, so hopefully once these guys get set up... Have our woodcutters set up a fire lodge yet? They have, but it's not here. Which is a little bit annoying. I guess you guys just have more market space to fill up over here, don't you? I think you do. How are we doing for those planks now? Pretty well. Let's go ahead and start upgrading these guys into level 3. And then we will just need one more into level 3 after that. We've got empty work area over here as well. Yep, our foragers have worked the berries dry. That's okay. Happens every year. We just need 5 more planks here, and then we can commit to building up our manor. Yes, I think that stable space warning is for the sheep, isn't it? There you go. We have some pasture space out here now. But we have rotting crops in the field. Well, that's because they're doing the work on it though, isn't it? Yeah, that's fine. Although, they're doing the thing where they're taking the planks again, aren't they? I really hate this. This is super irritating when this happens. And we have to, I believe, remove the oxes from the farms to get this to work. So now there we go. Now it's starting to kick in. But yeah, if you do have the ox, maybe since last episode with Yorg's bloody plank theft, didn't we? Yeah, let's commit to those castle upgrades as well. Let's get that going. That's going to increase our retinue size, of course, which is why we're doing that. I also wouldn't mind some further burgage plots around here. Just to fill this space here. I reckon we can get some nice big vegetable plot gardens here. So how about I just fill this entire space? Just have that as one. I think we'll do that. Get a nice new burgage plot in there. And yeah, even with 2 new stables here, that doesn't seem to be going away, that stable space, does it? Which is okay, I suppose. I think we'll just have to deal with that. It's obviously a bugger thing, isn't it? Unless I'm blindly missing something, but I don't think I am. Cool, but otherwise our weavers here are good. Our windmill is also going extremely well. Got plenty of flour, of course, which is being converted. And Goldoff gets its manor over here now too. How do we have a market space here? Yeah, still 3 locations, so no problem at all. Let's get the hides working up again too. Take a family out of the saw pit now. And everyone else, I think, should be pretty well stocked, I think. People at the granary. Yeah, tons of food at the granary here now, isn't there? Okay, so there is our upgraded manor. We can now bring the retinue in here. Let's recruit all 24 men. And again, we'll have the regional wealth here to just import all their armor. Cool. So that now gives us 2 fully stocked units of retinue. Alongside 2 archers and 2 very nearly stocked units of spears as well. Now let's return to Zvayo, and we will have a look at another manor house, which will give us a 3rd unit of retinue. So where do we want this? I think I'd love to treat this as though it's a bit of a sort of guardhouse into the settlement. Why don't we have it here? We don't have the stone there yet, that's okay though. Let's give it a tax office, let's have it out there. And let's commit to that for right now. We will, of course, build the tower later on to get the extended retinue. But it'll at least give us 12 retinue for right now. We're still getting no appropriate storage for barter. Not sure why though, because these people, they are working. And we're receiving firewood. Although then again, that's why, isn't it? Yeah, it's because that's full. Which is understandable. So let's take the family out of the hunting camp and get some planks made here. Because I think we desperately need to increase the storage of the storehouse here. I think that's where that message is coming from, isn't it? So we got some planks made here, we only need 10. Shouldn't be too much longer. Here we go. Get that upgraded. And we'll also wait. We might as well do our hitching post here as well, actually. Cool. Yeah, that should leave enough in stock. Let's destock that again and then get that family back onto the hunting camp. So I think just to keep things in balance here, I think 1 single burgage plot should be okay. He won't be happy because I don't think we'll satisfy his clothing need, but I guess we can always import that as well. But just to help keep things stocked, we could do 2 houses here. I think I'd rather have that as one. And then we actually also got the room there for upgraded living space as well, haven't we? So let's do that. Let's just see if that works. I mean, we've got 72% approval here on a worker outpost settlement, which is pretty cool. There we go. So now this extra large storehouse should be able to store things incoming from the pack station. Fantastic. So that should keep working up. That's wonderful to see. And then we're hopefully coming out of the winter now, aren't we? Yeah, we're in January. We've had another empty work area. Yeah, it's just the berries. They will come back. Don't worry about that. Our wild animals have been hunted to near extinction. They seem to be ignoring the hunting limit at the minute. You can see they've taken them down to 2. I have specified that that should be 3. So why I keep removing them from the camp so they don't totally extinguish the resource. There we go. So we gave 23 bread away to the tithe. I don't mind that at all. We got plenty of military equipment here as well now, haven't we? We really do. How are we getting on for all our upgrades here? Burgers pot level 3 is not thoroughly satisfied with his food. Looks like Egg and House food is starting to dwindle a little bit now. I'm hoping, yeah, all these spots here should start to kick in with their own food production in the next couple of years as well. Everyone does have an upgrade through this way, I think. Just get lots more veg, just because we've expanded the population of Egg and How a lot in the last couple of episodes. Those food reserves are just starting to dwindle a little bit now, so let's make sure we get on top of that before it becomes a serious problem. And again, just to help keep that population growing, I'd love to have some big old burgage plots here. Oh, how about that? Can we go down to 3 there? Yeah, let's get some massive gardens for some big veg production here. We've seen how powerful that can be in Zvayo, so do it here on the edge of town as well, shall we? Oh yeah, look at the size of that one. Oh yes, look at this. Lovely. Nice big burgers plots. Whilst also maintaining a little bit of a park here in Egg and How too. I like that we've maintained these little trees here. I actually wouldn't mind having a road just coming through the middle of it there. So again, this will all continue to stock our army up. Very happy with this. It looks like we're just dwindling a bit on a 4th food type. We are indeed, which is okay. Let's also stop importing sheep now. I think we've got plenty of them, haven't we? So the global market supply is critically undersupplied, so prices are much higher than usual. But yeah, let's stop importing them then. Let's also take a look at the rest of the trading post stuff as well. Now this thing's been added in here. So let's have a look what we've got. So bread is oversupplied in the global market value at the minute, so I guess we could just import some bread. Pretty cheap at the minute, isn't it? So let's import that, and we'll say if it's only 2 coins per loaf, let's go for a nice round 50. So this has been added in here, hasn't it? The global supply market, which is interesting. It makes buying and selling the resources a little bit more involved, doesn't it? Because we have so much mail armor. Which we can probably stop importing now, to be honest. Same with large shields. And we're not making the helmets locally, are we? Because we don't have the upgrade. Let's just check our blacksmith. Okay. Yeah, I think we should be okay then. We'll start buying in bread, which will help stock that next food requirement, I think. But you will have a back guard extension, will you? Okay. Let's give you... I think we're pretty okay on commodities, aren't we? We can maybe do with another tailor. Although if we have a look at our tailor over here, what are you focusing on? Gambazons, which does require linen, which I believe comes from flax, doesn't it? Yeah, it does. So I think actually with the pack master from here, rather than sending bread, we're actually going to send linen in response for some shoes. Egg and How has a lot of shoes here. I look at the people here too. Yeah, bartering on the way to Eggenhau. Oh, look at that. That's so cool, isn't it? Seeing their approach up into the town here, walking through the livestock, coming from another town. First time we've really seen that. Oh, look, the other sheep are in the other pasture field now as well. Isn't that what you love to see, everyone? Welcome to Manor Lords. Absolutely. Love this game. Love this game. Yeah, walking through the sheep here now. There we go. Fantastic. That is what we love to see. I believe we also saw the notification as well for the retinue over here. We did indeed. Now let's have a look at our castle planner. So we need 10 stone here. Now we don't currently have stone here, do we? We do, yes, we do. We could just import it. No, I think we'll build it. We might as well have the resource right. Let's save our resources. So let's just build the stone cutters camp over this way. Go that way. And then we can get the upgrade. But in the meantime, that does give us some more retinue where we will customize them by all 12. And then again, we'll just import their armor because treasury wealth is insane. Fantastic. Also, I think we're pretty well equipped now, to be honest, I think, for when that next army attacks. Or for when we next claim a province, whichever comes first. But, that's not too bad. Nearly 3 fully stocked units of retinue. For which I would like to get that sorted today. And then I think we'll round out today's episode, guys, by going ahead and settling Walerbrand, which, have all those bodies rotted away now? They have rotted away, haven't they, after a year? That's some of them there. No, it's just rocks. I thought that was a corpse. So, yeah, I think we'll finish the episode here by setting up Walerbrand. And we might even be able to claim the next province next episode as well, because we do have influence here. And we do also have -1 king's favour, which I'm guessing is just due to our diplomacy, isn't it? But let's go ahead and grab this next one here. We'll grab administration. We want settlers camp, and we will put them. There's going to be a good place for you guys to base up. There is a little abandoned windmill over here, like a little bit of lost infrastructure. How are we doing for fertility here? There is possibility for some smaller localized farms to take place here. Especially with some Emma wheat. Well, let's do that. Why don't you guys set up over here? I guess we can afford plentiful for you guys, right? Let's go ahead and... Can we repair this? Oh, cool. So there's a second-hand granary here as well. Okay. That's really cool then. So let's build the granary. And then we'll also throw the storehouse over here as well. I guess we can treat this as a bit of a logistics hub, I suppose, for the town. Which would be rude if we didn't draw them a road, wouldn't it? So let's do that. Will that come back to the main road in some sort of fashion? And then we'll build up a population, I think, in Walerbrand, because this is a nice large province, pretty central in the map, isn't it? I'd love to have it eventually border onto the sides of Gold off here as well. So what's the kind of fertility? Yeah, it really ends on the map border there, doesn't it? Yeah, I'd love to be able to see another town from Goldoff too. You can just about see Eggenhau from here, actually. Zvio is pretty much behind the trees beside its church. Let's go ahead and build them up some houses before we do wrap things up here. So I'd love them to be... Let's have a little look here. If this is going to be a little bit of farming over here with a field, then why don't we have all of our burgage plots kind of in and around the main town here. So let's have... How about that? That'll give us 5. Let's do that. And then, of course, let's not forget a well, which should hopefully be nearby. There we go. And some sort of food supply for them. Berries about to become back into season, so I guess we'll go for berries as well. Whilst it is the rich deposit, let's have them over here. Again, another road back down there too, and probably over toward the granary as well. Fantastic, so that sets up the brand new province. And we're pretty well stocked in the army over here now as well, right? Especially with all these new populations coming in. Yeah, look at that. Really well stocked, which is nice to see. All these can be had upgraded with living space and back garden extensions. Definitely want you to have vegetable plots over here. And we'll get all these growing. As the town continues to grow out, the empire continues to go. But otherwise, guys, we'll leave part 8 there. Thank you so much indeed for watching. And indeed, all support on the Manor Lords content. Like I said, there's plenty more tutorials to come. I want to get a video out there on farming and food and how you can generally keep that metric well stocked. With various tips and tricks I have picked up over Manor Lords now. But thank you so much for watching. Big shout out to all the patrons if you are interested in getting a little bit more egg in your life. Do check out the link down to Instant Gaming. You'll get yourself a fantastic deal. And there's also podcast polls, previews and early access on the Patreon, if indeed that is something you're interested in. But otherwise, I'll shut up and leave it there. I just thank you all so much for watching. As always, enjoy the rest of your day.